All right, I think we are live, which means we've made it to another Friday, everybody.
TGIF.
TGIF. And just on a more serious note, I just want to take a second and acknowledge that today is September 11th and just thank everyone who has helped make our country what it is and sacrificed their lives. And obviously our hearts are heavy with remembering the historic events that happened on this day.
Lisa, thank you so much for that message. My family knows a lot that were affected and lost lives, and it is always a difficult day for us. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So transitioning to our program here, Deborah and I had the opportunity to spend a few hours with the directors of undergraduate admissions this week on the State University System virtual tour, a first for Deborah over there. It was really great to hear them present, and we're excited to share with you what we learned this week. Deborah, where would you like to start?
Well, I think it's always a good idea to get the question about testing out of the way. At least it is for me, because it's my least favorite subject in college admissions. So the state of Florida may actually be the only state in our glorious country that is still requiring the SAT or ACT for college admissions.
Wow.
So we've talked about this last week, and the Orlando Sentinel actually has an article about it in the paper today. The directors did share with us that they all have requested to be test optional. The Florida Board of Governors is meeting next week, and I don't know if they'll decide or not. So right now, keep testing. Class of 22, you've got to be prepping for testing too, because this may not go away in our state. So keep the good effort up, but do get your applications in. Please do not hold up your applications for a test score. Allow the test score to follow.
Yeah.
Good. One bit of good news. I'm sorry. The was also shared with us at the webinar that our state universities have already seen a drop in the SAT and ACT scores from incoming applicants. So a 40 to 50 point drop for the SAT and a 1 to 2 point drop for the ACT. So they're already acknowledging in the very beginning of this application cycle that the mid 50% will definitely be lower. So just send what you've got, your best, just send what you have.
Yep, definitely. I was impressed. The consistent messaging, we went to both days of the tour, the consistent messaging from the directors was just increased flexibility, increased collaboration. They feel for this class, and they're all trying to wade through how to best serve them and serve their institution. So it was somber but optimistic.
Yeah, I think so. We all want to be optimistic, and I think that stems from it. And bottom line, they've got to fill their classes.
Yep.
Bottom line. True. So it'll all come together. It just might be slower than we are ready to see it happen.
Yes. And then what about Bright Futures? There was something pretty interesting shared about that.
Yes. And this was news. So when the SAT came out with their revised SAT a couple of years ago, the state legislature had to adjust the Florida Bright Future test requirements. And so that was approved last year for this current class of 21. And so it wasn't the calibration wasn't exactly complete, apparently. So for the Florida Academic Scholarship, the higher level one of Florida Bright Futures, the test requirements remain the same, a 29 for the ACT, and a 1330 for the SAT. However, for the Florida Medallion Scholarship, the ACT dropped a point, which is actually where it needs to be in terms of calibration between the two tests. So so now it's 25 for the ACT for the medallion level, the lower level, and the 1210 remains the same for the SAT. So that was really nice news.
Yes, I was definitely excited to hear that as well. And then surprisingly, at least to me, they talked about physical tours. What's going on there?
Yeah, 4 of our 12 state universities are welcoming families onto their campuses. So that's Florida Atlantic in Boca, Florida Polytechnic in Lakeland, Florida Gulf Coast in Fort Myers, and University of North Florida in Jacksonville. They're following CDC guidelines, and check their website.
Yeah, yeah. And those that aren't still have really robust virtual opportunities for families. The admissions counselors are really working hard to make sure they're connecting with families. And there's, like we talked about last week on the college updates or the college chats, just the social media, the YouTube, the virtual tours. There's just so many opportunities for families to get on these college campuses these days. And then one thing that's been interesting for me as I learn about more about college admissions is the different ways that families can submit their transcripts. What were the updates? Again, I'm fascinated by this transcript thing. I can't get over it. What's happening with transcripts?
So in the chat box, both days, that was like one of the premier and first questions is, why are all of you insisting on different ways for the students to provide their transcript?
It's not just me that's fascinating people.
Oh my gosh, students have to like fill out, in some cases, 3 different self-report academic records. Fortunately, it doesn't take that long, but it's just an extra couple clerical functions. So there's something called the SAR, the SSAR, which is the self-reported academic record, and 10 of our state universities either use that or require it. There's something brand new from UCF called the Spark, which is their own system. 2 universities still are requesting kind of, dare I say, I was going to say old-fashioned, but I'll call it an older traditional method of actually asking your high school to send the transcript. That's FIU and UCF. But UCF, if you want to let them know through the Common App, that's okay too.
Oh my goodness. So many options.
Check with the school or the chart that we're going to be posting on our website. That will have.
Yes, and that reminds me, if people are watching and you have questions about something that we heard, or you have questions about what we heard on the tour, please leave us a comment in the comment section here on Facebook Live, and you can always email us at info@mycollegeresource.net if you missed something, or if you're not sure if we covered it quite to answer your question. And then application deadlines. I was, again, like a little surprised that those were not all the same for the state university systems.
Oh no, everyone has their own approach. So University of Florida is the drop dead date of 11/1, like get that application in by 11/1. Florida State, they extended their application deadline to December 1st in order to allow for additional testing opportunities. And I've got to say that Heggie Ferguson, the director of undergrad admissions at FSU, she made that move last March. So she was like right out the gate saying, oh, we're going to do this and help our students. New College of Florida and Florida Polytechnic, they have additional options. They have a few different options, so check with them. University of North Florida, they did this last year. Also, for maximum opportunity for scholarship consideration, you have to have your application in for UNF by October 15th. October 15th for UNF. That's really early. It's in a month and 4 weeks. And then the balance of our marvelous state universities are rolling, which means get that application in fast. You will hear back fast. If you're a qualified candidate and you get that application in this month, you will most likely hear back by November 1st. November 1st. So get moving, keep going, and just get those applications in with test scores.
Yes, very good, very good. And one thing I'll add, FAMU, our public HBCU here in Florida, they also had a few different admissions dates, like New College and Florida Poly. So definitely want to keep abreast of their website as well. Deborah kind of alluded to, we have a pretty, well, I think it's nice because I made it, a nice chart that we're going to be posting to our Facebook page here later this afternoon, which has all those deadlines, as well as some other information that we have covered and may not have covered today. So you're welcome to get that on our website and here on Facebook. That'll be up later today. You can download that and use it as a resource.
Yes, and with FAMU also, they have their own institutional app, and they do want letters of rec, and they're on the ball. When I look at their application and use it with our students, I'm like, whoa, they're like very detailed and on top of it. And also that chart you reference, I think it'll be on our website too, right?
Yes, thank you for clarifying that. So Deborah, what's the bottom line? What's the takeaway from this week?
The bottom line is colleges need students. Don't let anything scare you or keep you away from getting your application in. They need students, and that means you. Yes, it means you. The ultimate rule, just remember, the ultimate rule in college admissions, and this is the only reliable rule, trust me, is always, always check with each individual college. Because things, especially this year, are changing constantly. So just check with each college. You can call them up, and do believe they really do want to hear from you.
Yes. And just to reiterate, they want you out there in the audience. I've graduated. They don't want me. I'm talking to me. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. As a reminder, the Florida Board of Governors will meet next Wednesday. That's September 16th to discuss this move to test optional or not. Well, we're all hoping to get it on the docket, which is why we keep hounding all of you that are of our listeners out there to contact them. Again, as a reminder, we have a template to share. If anyone would like to reach out to us, we can tell you where to send those letters, as well as provide you with a template for you to voice your concerns. You can email us at info@mycollegeresource.net with questions. And as Deborah and I mentioned, we will be posting that chart with deadlines and information from the SUS tour later this afternoon on our website, mycollegeresource.net, and on our Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this program this afternoon. We'll be back next week with another college update, and we will hope to hear from you then.
Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye.